Regarding language systems, I have some things to say about grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and discourse. To be honest, I've already spoken enough about grammar and vocab. Let me just remind you of the theory of exposure. I've talked about this before. The idea is that by listening to lots of English over extended periods, you're feeding your subconscious with all the patterns of English usage. Your brain is hearing all these patterns of English, including frequent word combinations like prepositions, tenses, features of pronunciation, etc. Ultimately, it all goes into your head and informs your sense of instinct for the language, so that when you come to do a test in English, you feel the answer. You know that this particular preposition goes with this particular verb just because you've heard it a number of times before, and so it feels natural. Feed your head with English. Feel the English rather than knowing it. Use the Force, young Jedi. And remember, the Force will be with you, always. Oh, and don't forget, you're never too old for this. Language study is a great way to keep your mind fresh and supple. My grandfather is over 90 years old, and he's still really sharp. Perhaps this is because he's still going to French and Spanish classes on a regular basis. Regarding pronunciation, a lot of the tips you've been given here will help with that, but I just want to add that improving your listening skills will naturally improve your pronunciation skills too. The two things go hand in hand. The more you're able to understand natural spoken English, the more you are able to decode the sounds used to make it. Understanding this natural sound code can allow you to start using it too. There is a direct connection between listening and pronunciation, but to fully reap the benefits, you need to actively practice pronunciation. The methods I've mentioned already in this episode, repeating, recording, re-recording, comparing, speaking in front of the mirror, etc., they're all good approaches to practicing and improving your pronunciation. Don't be shy. Give it a try. You've got nothing to lose, just things to gain. Go for it. As for discourse, this is really about how you structure your speaking. How do you link your ideas up? When you listen, try to notice any specific phrases I use to link my ideas together, move from one topic to another, deal with moments when I don't know what I'm saying, and so on. What are the tools I use to perform certain functions? Can you identify these things and take them on yourself? Try talking about a topic for 5 minutes. See how difficult it is to talk on your feet. Do it again and again until you develop methods of thinking and talking at the same time. Listen to discussions and focus on the ways in which people interrupt, agree, disagree, or whatever. Think about the way we use the language to be polite or indirect. How is humor added to what we say? How does intonation affect the hidden meaning behind our words? Explore these ideas when you listen, and then test them out in your speaking. That's it for this episode. I hope you have found it motivating and inspiring. Leave your comments, and I wish you all the very best of luck keeping up your English. I'm sure you're doing great. Well, you must be, because you're already listening to Best English Stories podcast, and long may it continue.